Bring. Valley Investigations, Brent. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Just the facts, ma'am. I'll be losing my mind here.
Knock, knock.
Hey, guys.
We got a job for you. Hope your desk is clear.
I'm all ears. What's up?
That's good, because this is big.
I do big.
All right. Well, it involves some low people in high places.
Talk to me.
Back when I ran for Congress, I promised the people a return to honesty in government. A representative without a price tag. Well, I might have lost the election, but I didn't go back on that promise. We're launching a no-holds-barred investigation into Matthew Dirty Tricks Calloway. You interested?
You know, Calloway has some very powerful friends, so...
Yeah, there's no telling what he'd do if he suspects we're nosing around.
I hear you. So what are you guys going to do on your end?
Well, I've got a network going with some of the D.C. Underground.
And we're trying to plant a mole in Calloway's Pine Valley office.
Anyone I know?
Charlie, quick, you gotta hide me. Charles, take charge. Stash me someplace. Cecily.
Who's Cecily?
Forget it.
The Feebster's hot on my trail. You know how fast she can move in those Fiorenzi flats.
Cecily, what are you doing back in Pine Valley?
News at 11. Eek! I know you're in there, young lady. Please, you gotta hide me. I'm Tokyo and she's Godzilla.
Subtitles are all in Japanese.
I don't have time for this, okay? You are going to have to slay the Dragon Lady all by yourself.
Cecily?
Who is Cecily?
She's the addlepated daughter of my dear friend Bitsy Davidson.
Thank you.
Oh, where is she? I saw her run in here. Where is that frantic little flipperty-gibbet?
Well, gotta go, Brent. Call me if you catch that two-timing wife of mine, okay?
Oh.
No, you don't.
Phoebe. Kelso, please.
So you thought you could get away from me?
Oh, no. It's just that I remembered Charlie and I are doing a play with the Pine Valley Rep Company Players of Actors, and we're doing Sleuth. I'm playing Inspector Gadget.
Oh, what utter nonsense. Stop acting like a child.
Well, stop treating me like a child. I'm a grown woman.
Well, a grown woman doesn't sprint out the door as if the hounds of hell are nipping at her heels.
You know, not that I'm not tremendously enjoying this vaudeville, but would somebody mind telling me what's going on?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious myself.
Hey, you're cute. Who are you?
I'm Edmund.
Hi, I'm Cecily.
So I gathered.
Stop flirting. He's a married man, and the ink isn't even dry yet on your divorce decree.
Divorce? Are you and Nico divorced? Well, let's just say it's a work in progress. We have a firm commitment to dissolve the marriage with an option to renew hostilities every 10 years.
I have been after her to hire Marvin Mendelsohn to sue that roving Romeo for every cent he has.
I came to Pine Valley to rest, rehydrate, exfoliate, and to find out what I'm doing for the rest of my life, not for dear Aggie's advice on how to bleed Nico dry.
You are talking fiscal falderall. You have no job, no money, just what do you plan to live on?
Kindness of strangers?
Oh. Look, if you choose to throw your life away, that is your choice, but I will not be a party to it. If you won't accept alimony from a man who can very well afford it, I'm sorry you leave me no choice. There is no room for you in Shea Wallingford.
What would Mother say if she knew you were threatening to kick me out in the snow?
Well, if Bitsy had invested half as much time in your upbringing as she did in playing backgammon, I wouldn't have to take such drastic action.
Fine, I'll book a suite at the Valley Inn.
You won't get past check-in without my gold card. You may consider your line of credit revoked.
I don't believe this. You're cutting me off at the charge plate?
Consider this a wake-up call, my dear. If you're too proud to accept alimony from that gadabout husband of yours, then you're too proud to sponge off me.
I stayed with Tad and Dixie. I'm sure I can go back to them.
I suggest that you get a job, and I mean it, young lady. You get your act together or you'll find yourself out on the street. What are you two doing here?
Aha! What? We do exist.
Edmund and I are working on a story, and Charlie is helping us with some background work.
Oh, well, when did Edmund go back on staff at Tempo?
No, I didn't. I'm just doing this freelance, you know, keep my hand in.
Well, what does Maria think about this arrangement?
I don't know. You're going to have to ask her.
I don't think I like the sound of that. Is there more to this story than meets the eye? Something I should know about?
Oh, no, Aunt Phoebe, I can promise you there is nothing that you need to know about.
Charlie, we'll check back with you later.
Bye,
Hey, I'm on the clock.
Au revoir, chérie. Bye, Phoebe. Don't worry about me. I'll be just fine. Well, don't everybody feel sorry for me at once.
Yeah, could you connect me with Agent Starling, please?
Who does Phoebe think she is anyway? Bellowing in here like the Red Queen. Get a job, shape up, ship out.
Charlie Brent in Pine Valley.
Yeah, she's always trying to run my life. If I was the Titanic going down for the last time, she'd be running around rearranging my deck chair.
Are you sure? Could you leave a message, please, that I called?
Do you know how hard it is to find a job these days?
Charlie Brent, Valley Investigations.
I'm talking about the good jobs, like Tom Cruise's personal assistant or Brad Pitt's bodyguard.
Thanks.
Do you know what it's like for a suddenly single woman?
Look, some of us have work to do, okay? So could you please take your semi-stream of consciousness someplace else?
You heard Phoebe. I have to find a job in the worst possible way.
Not my problem.
Hey, you pulled me out of that river. You saved my life. I'm your headache now. You're stuck with me until you help me figure out what I'm supposed to do for the rest of my life.
So you're not convinced that Miss Sloan is our entree into Calloway's camp?
Look, talking from a purely political point of view, why would Calloway even hire Liz? I mean, this is a woman who not 2 months ago very publicly admitted that she tried to seduce you in order to sabotage your bid for Congress. Now, that kind of notoriety Calloway doesn't need.
Most people have forgotten about that, Brooke.
Well, I don't think Calloway has forgotten that.
Well, ultimately, Adam took the heat for that.
Well, if he hired Liz, wouldn't that make Calloway guilty by association? And why, I don't understand why we're trusting someone who has proven that she'll do anything for a fast buck.
Well, call it the writer in me. I find it pretty ironic, sending out a woman who can be bought to try to get the goods on a guy who'll sell the soul to the highest bidder.
What makes you so sure that Liz won't tip our hand to Calloway? Pit one side against the other.
Why would she do that?
Double your money, double your fun.
Victory. You are now looking at Matthew Calloway's new personal assistant.
How did you get hired so quickly?
Well, there was an opening. I was in the right place at the right time.
Oh. And Calloway had absolutely no reservations about hiring you.
Oh, he had a few. But I convinced him that he owed me one.
How'd you do that?
I reminded the congressman that I took all the heat off of his campaign when I blamed everything on Adam. And I also reminded him that I was a single mother, jobless with a teenage daughter to support.
So you played on his sympathy.
Calloway doesn't have any sympathy.
No, but I'm politically correct for his image.
Listen, whatever you said, it worked. Now, listen, I've got an appointment I'm already late for. I'll check back with you guys later.
Is something wrong?
I would hope not. Because if you're thinking of doing anything that would hurt Edmund, you'll answer to me.